Welcome back to Perks Recap. It is time to review week 6 in the NFL. I'm sorry, not review, preview week 6 in the NFL. Let's get some picks out there. Let's have a better week than last week because last week was brutal.
Yeah, we can't be worse, Craig, I don't think. I mean, I guess technically we can, but we have no precedent for it, so let's not set it.
Right. We are usually pretty good. I mean, we're not picking against the spread here, and we're pretty bad last week. I don't really even know what happened. But let's jump right in here. Al, you want to take over and get us started?
You got it, my man. So let's just give the people the buys this week in that weird staggered buy thing they do. There's only 2 teams on a buy this week, and that is the Houston Texans and the Minnesota Vikings. And I bet you the Houston Texans are hating having a buy this week after their best game of the season.
I would agree. They played really well.
Yeah. All right. Well, we're starting off hot with my team, the Eagles, at the Giants. You want to take it first?
Sure. The Giants were giving us a little bit of hope, and it turned out to be false hope because they laid an egg against the Saints, who are brutal, but they are back at home. I mean, if you're a Giant fan, you want something to hang your head on. The fact that they're back at home maybe can be something to hang your head on. But, I mean, the Eagles are just in a different class than the Giants. This is not going to be close. I have 27-14, and I think the 14 might even be a little bit generous. But 27-14 Philly. Joe has 30-20 Philly.
Okay. All right. Yeah, this is a nice chance to bounce back for the Eagles. It shouldn't be too tough, although division stuff, you never know, I guess. But I'm taking the Birds, and I'm taking them 23-16, a little closer than you guys just because I'm feeling butthurt after last week.
Yeah, and to be honest, let's find out about this offensive coordinator a little bit because he could just shut it down on them.
That's why I'm picking it close. Because he has shown the all propensity for doing that, except the 1 week where he passed insane amount of times when he should have been running the ball at times. So he has shown no propensity to do the right thing at the right time yet at all.
23-16, you said?
Yes. And we'll see if this is the week I learn his name.
Yeah.
All right, moving on. We got another London game, and this one, Broncos at the Jets, technically.
Well, I kind of feel the same about the Giants as I do the Jets. Field is playing pretty decent, but the Jets are bad. Denver is just flat out better across the board. Their defense, I don't know how the Jets are going to score, to be honest. Denver's defense is really good. I have Denver 27-16, and Joe has 31-17 to really lay it on the Jets. Is Aaron Glenn in any danger in your eyes?
It's a little too soon.
Right.
If he was in his second year, abso-freaking-lutely. But it's a little too soon. If he, listen, the NFL anymore, you can be one and done. That never happened 10, even 15 years ago and beyond, but it does happen now. So if he doesn't win at least 4 or 5 games, we can have that discussion for sure, but it's just a little too early yet.
Yep.
But having said that, it doesn't look like they're going to win 4 or 5 games, so maybe we will be having that discussion. Listen, I'm actually picking it very close to your score, Craig. I'm going Denver 27-18.
Okay. All right.
I don't have a whole lot to add on that one. The Broncos should win this easily if they're the team that we think they are.
Yeah. Coming off of beating Philly, how do you lose to the Jets?
Exactly. All right. Now, one of the moving on to Sunday at 1, one of the potential games of the week here, that is the Seahawks at the Jaguars.
I don't know what to do with this.
This is a tough one, man. The Jags, by the way, are only a 1.5-point favorite at home.
this is going to sound crazy, but I'm going Seattle. I,
It does not
I,
sound crazy.
I went back and forth and ended up not even picking one, and I was like, I'll decide when it gets to it. And I'm just going to go Seattle. 24-20, close game, obviously. I like what Seattle's doing. I know it's on the road. I guess I want to see a little bit more from Jacksonville before I completely buy in. A 4-1 team at home should be who I pick. To pick a road dog, I don't know. I don't feel great about it. That's for sure. But if Jacksonville wins this game and goes to 5-1, it might change my opinion a little bit. Where games like this, I will, pick them, no doubt.
Yeah, listen, I'm with you. You want to do Joe's pick real quick, and then I'll chime in?
He also went Seattle 31-28.
Okay. Listen, I get it. It does not sound crazy to me at all. I mean, this is they're it's almost a pick 'em, So this one I went back and forth on big time. I picked Jacksonville 24-23, and that's how close I feel about this game. This is the game where Trevor Lawrence has to make a difference. If he plays to his quarterback rating on the season, they're going to lose this game. If he plays as well as he did the last 2 weeks, they're going to win this game, I think. So this is a tough one, man. This is how real is Jacksonville? I mean, they just beat the damn Chiefs. So, and I don't care, what their record is. They're still a tough out for any team in this league. So, I'm going to take them at home, man. I mean, Seattle has to come across the country. That's always tough. So, I don't know. This is a tough one. I don't blame you guys in the least for picking the Seahawks, and I might regret this, but I'm picking Jacksonville at home.
Yeah, makes perfect sense. Like I said, I went back and forth so much that I didn't even pick it until just now.
Yeah, man, I do that with really tough ones every now and then, and that's awesome you did that. I get it. I totally get it because now this was one. There were a couple really tough games this week, and this might have been the toughest one to pick.
Yep.
All right, moving on to a much easier game to pick, I would say. See what you think. That is the Chargers at the Dolphins.
The Chargers have got to get right here, right?
This has to be a get-right game, I think.
Even though it's on the road, I don't care, and they're in the same thing. They're coming across the country.
Yep.
Because of that, though, I have it close. Because of one, how they're playing, two, coming across the country. I think they're a 1:00 game too, so it's early for them.
It is.
I'm going 26-23 Chargers. So obviously a close game, but a win. And like you said, they've got to get going here. They got to get right. If they lose this one, I don't know where they go from here.
Yeah, agreed. You want to throw out Joe before I go?
Oh, I keep forgetting. I'm sorry. Chargers 27-20 for Joe. So he doesn't have a blowout either. So he's not as close as me, but still pretty close.
Well, strike up the band because I'm right there with you guys. I am. It's funny because we had another game where I was exactly 2 points off from your score, and we did it again here. I'm taking the Chargers 28-23.
Oh, wow.
This will tell us a lot about the Chargers because if they can't beat the Dolphins on the road, then this little 2-game stumble is more than a 2-game stumble.
Yeah, something's up. Yep,
Yeah.
I agree.
All right. So, okay, moving on. This game should have been the game of the week. Now it's a what the hell is going on with one of these teams, and that is the Rams at the Ravens. And I'm going to look up for the latest Lamar Jackson update as you talk.
Real quick about the Chargers, don't forget Hampton is on the IR now, is done. So it'll be interesting to see where the running game goes too.
Yeah, man. Yeah, absolutely. It's huge. Their two best tackles, which are two of the better tackles in football, and their stud rookie running back are all out.
Yep, and Vidal Sassoon, we'll see what he does.
Yes. Nice.
All right. Rams, Ravens. Last I heard was Lamar was 50-50.
Here's the latest. Lamar Jackson's injury status gets concerning update.
All right.
Doesn't sound like he's going to play, but if you want to, this could certainly be a caveat candidate.
Right. It could be a caveat candidate for sure. It's not going to be for me. I think even if he plays, it sounds like he's going to be limited.
Yeah.
The Rams are a good team. I think. They lost to San Fran. I don't know. I mean, I still think they're a good team.
Yeah.
Stafford is playing really, really well. So, and Baltimore was so bad last week without him. There's a chance he might not play, and if he does, he's limited. So I'm going to go Rams. I'm going 31-20, and Joe really bought into the bad defense of the Ravens. He's going Rams 40-21.
Listen, I don't blame him because the Ravens defense stinks right now, and it is the Ravens really. I said it on the preview or the review of Week 5, and I'm going to say it again. They look broken, and it's not Lamar Jackson. They were broken when he was playing when he was in. So I don't know, man. Is this the end of an era in Baltimore? I don't believe it. Lamar's too good and he's too young still. But this team is awful this year, right, so far. I don't know how you turn it around. I mean, can you turn around one of the worst defenses in football? I don't expect them to turn into a top 15 defense all of a sudden, which is what they're going to have to be decent. And they're already 1-4. They're in a massive hole that is almost impossible to make the playoffs from anyway. So, listen, I didn't go quite as far as Joe did on the score, but I'm not that far off. I'm taking the Rams, and I'm taking them 34-20.
Yeah, at this point now, we're at a point where we got to see it from Baltimore.
Yeah, exactly. And we're looking at probably another week of Cooper Rush, which if he follows his history with the Cowboys last year, should be a lot better than the first week. He played very well last year other than that first game. So, maybe he has a bounce back, but even if he does, the defense still stinks. So even if he plays great this week, I still expect him to lose.
Yeah, I agree.
And I threw out a couple of quarterbacks that are playing at an MVP level in the review show. Baker you threw out Dak, and I agreed, and we both agreed on Baker Mayfield. Another one is Matt Stafford.
Yep. And they need to
All
win this game.
right on. Okay, moving on. We have the Cardinals who found some of the most innovative ways to lose a game you'll ever see last week against at the Indianapolis Colts and what do they call him? Indiana Jones or whatever?
Indiana Jones. Danny Dimes. The Colts are like the darlings of the league. I mean, they're 4-1. They're in first place, and I expect them to go to 5-1. I don't see any reason to pick Arizona here. Indiana's at home. Indianapolis is at home. I say Indiana now because I'm thinking Indiana Jones. And their defense is playing well. Their offense is playing well. They seem relatively healthy on that front. They've got Jonathan Taylor on all cylinders. So I have the Colts winning 26-19. I am giving Arizona a little bit of credit here for 19 points. Joe's very similar, 27-20. So 1 point off of me on both. He gave one more point to each one, 27-20, but still went with the Colts.
Well, that's funny because you guys were both picked a 7-point win for the Colts, and guess what I did? 30-23 Colts. That's priceless. All right, man. Now moving on to your team, and this is a tricky game because of what the team that Dallas is playing has done at home their last 2 games at home. Otherwise, it would be easy. But it made me think about it at least a little bit, and that is the Cowboys at the Carolina Panthers.
Yeah, hey, Carolina's got 2 wins on the year. Who saw that coming? I mean, I guess I did because I picked them to do well this year. But at home against the worst defense in the league, or at least one of them, I expect Carolina to be able to put up some points. I expect them to put up about 24 points. But I think Dallas is going to be able to just go up and down the field on them pretty easily. Because to go along with that terrible defense, they have the number 1 offense in the league, and they do have Dak playing very, very well. It'd be interesting to see if that Flourney guy is for real. That could be fun to see.
Yeah.
But I expect them to be able to move the ball. and I don't think that would be a surprise to anybody. And I just think if you turn it into a track meet somewhat, Carolina just probably won't be able to keep up. So I have 28-24, so obviously close game, but I have Dallas pulling it off 28-24. Joe has 31-21 Dallas.
Okay. Yeah, I am I'm gonna give some credit to the home team like you did for sure. And I'm gonna do it in a giant offensive way. I'm gonna go Cowboys 34-30.
Oh yeah.
Yeah, this is going to be an interesting. The Carolina Panthers are now a home juggernaut.
Yes, they play well at home. Yeah.
So I don't know what that means, man. You know what I mean? I mean they beat a pretty decent team in the Falcons 30-0. You know, and they won again last week. So I don't know what to make of it, but I don't think it means enough that I'm going to pick them to beat the Cowboys.
We'll see. I mean, I wouldn't be shocked though.
No, I wouldn't either. I almost picked it as my upset, but there were too many other tantalizing options.
Yep.
All right. Now, this game, next game, not the game of the week for sure. Patriots at the Saints.
Well, sorry, I had a yawn there because this game is so exciting.
I love
it. New England, I mean, they're coming off a great win. Probably the win of Drake May's career so far.
Yeah, I agree.
They're riding high, and New Orleans is still terrible, even though they beat the Giants last week. But I don't fully buy into New Orleans or New England all that much. New Orleans is at home, so I have a close game, but I still have the Patriots coming off that big win to continue that with a close 21-17 win. And Joe has 27-20 New England as well, but New Orleans, interesting enough, is Joe's upset pick.
I can totally understand that one for sure. Just because I don't believe in the Patriots a ton yet. I mean, they might prove me wrong here by the end of the season. They just beat the Bills, so let's see. But beating the Giants doesn't do a whole lot for me for the Saints, thinking they're one of the worst teams in football, and I clearly don't think the Patriots are now. So I'm going to take the Patriots, but very close, 22-19, and I wouldn't be stunned if Joe's upset pick came through. I wouldn't be absolutely shocked by any means.
Yep, I agree. I would not be shocked at all.
All right, now moving on, we have the Browns at the coming off the bye Pittsburgh Steelers, who have been somehow are leading the division and better than we thought they would be after the first week when they looked rough.
I'm getting to the point where I hate the Steelers. Remember before I hated the Chargers? The Steelers shouldn't be really all that good, and now somehow they're leading the division, and they're probably going to win again. They're at home. Cleveland stinks. You got to go Pittsburgh. I mean, how can you go any other way in this game? I would love to be wrong on this one. 22-13 Pittsburgh. But maybe their defense is not quite as good, and maybe Cleveland can get something going on the ground. That would be cool with Judkins.
Yeah. I mean, he's been awesome.
And it'll be fun to see Gabriel's second game.
Yeah, agreed.
Although Tomlin now has a game tape on him, so he might be able to figure something out. But anyway, I go Pittsburgh. Joe also Pittsburgh 24-17. Okay.
Yeah, this is a clear case of I should probably do something else here, but I'm not going to against my better judgment. This is clearly the Steelers game. No doubt about it. This looks like an obvious Steelers game. And every time I say something like that, they do the opposite. So they're probably going to lose this game. But I can't pick it. Not going to do it. If this happens, if the Browns win this game, just reach over from Connecticut to Pennsylvania and punch me in the face the next time I say something like this. So, but all that being said, I'm going to go with what looks too obvious. Not only that, but the Steelers are coming off a bye. I expected this defense to be really not just better than they have been, but really good this year because they made some unbelievable moves in the offseason. They have TJ Watt. Maybe the bye week is when they get it together because there was a lot of moving parts and maybe they needed a little time, and maybe the bye week is when, because Tomlin has always put out good defenses. So maybe this is where it comes together. I'm taking the Steelers. And once again, in an odd thing, 3 times this week now, I've been exactly 2 points off from a score you've picked. I'm going Steelers 20-13.
Wow. Interesting.
That is it. All right. Moving on to the turd of the week. The absolute garbage game of the season so far, possibly. That is the Titans at the Raiders.
Yeah, the Raiders, they stink. Tennessee's coming off their first win. This is going to be brutal. I probably won't watch 1 second of it. Unless I'm watching Red Zone at the time, then maybe.
Yeah.
But even that, I don't know. This is a brutal one. I'm going to go, with simply the home team. That's the only reason why I'm picking it. And speaking of picking it, we'll see what the fate of Geno Smith is. He's got to have if he doesn't have a good game here, they got to make a change.
I agree. I can't believe they wouldn't if he throws any more than 1 pick again and he starts again, I'll be astonished.
Yeah, I agree. So I got 19-16 in an ugly, ugly game for Vegas. And Joe has 30-27, so he actually has a high scoring game. But also Vegas, we all, just 3-point wins. And for the record, Tennessee is my upset pick.
That makes sense, man, because who knows in a battle of stinkers. I am right in between you guys, although I picked a slightly larger win for the Raiders. I went 26-20 Las Vegas.
Yep. I don't think you can pick a blowout in this.
Yeah.
Because neither team can, really has the capability to blow anybody out, I don't think.
I completely agree. It's a battle of 2 teams that are just playing terribly. I mean, the Titans didn't even play well in that win. It was just given to them by a couple really astonishingly stupid plays. So I don't feel good about them coming off that win. The Raiders haven't played well since the first week when they went on the road and beat the Patriots. So this is 2 bad teams. I won't be surprised in any outcome, honestly.
Me neither.
Right on. Okay. Moving on into a much better game. Especially after what happened last week for one of the teams. And the other team's been very good all year. And that is the 49ers at the Buccaneers. Now, if this was in San Francisco, this would have been a lot harder for me to pick. I don't know where you guys landed.
Yes, me too. The fact that it's another West Coast team coming all the way to the East Coast. The fact that Tampa Bay is playing very well and Baker is playing out of his mind. Even if San Francisco gets a couple, gets Purdy back, I don't know what the situation is there. But coming off the win over the Rams, a surprising win. Mac Jones playing really well. I cannot pick San Francisco in this game. I think Tampa Bay is the easy pick for me, although I have a really close score because I am a little trepidatious about San Francisco winning last week. If Mac Jones plays like that again, they have a shot. So I have a 22-20 Tampa Bay win. And Joe has Tampa Bay in a low scoring game, 17-13.
Interesting. Very cool. Okay. Yeah, I everything you said, I echo Mac Jones, listen, I don't even care if Brock Purdy comes back now. Mac Jones is playing better than Purdy has all year. So I'm taking the Buccaneers though, and I'm taking them 31-24. I would not be surprised if it's as close as you pick, Craig. But I just feel like the Bucs at home, I think they can win, fairly handily, but it's a close game. So still, I don't know. This is I don't know what to make of the 49ers. They are slightly mystifying to me because they were winning, but looked bad early. And then that win last week was huge and they looked great. So I don't know. I don't know where I stand on them right now. I'm Mac Jones is playing like a world beater. The world is it's his bizarro world from Seinfeld. You know.
It really is.
All right, man. Moving on. Another game. This game. I'm going to say this every time I say this team this year. For at least the next 2 months, and that is another game that would have been awesome on paper before the season, and that is the Bengals at Green Bay. The Bengals now starting Joe Flacco in a ridiculously pathetic attempt to try and salvage their season with a cheap move by their owner once again.
Yeah, I mean, they're so bad now Burrow obviously meant a lot to them. He means everything to them. And you're seeing just how much now because they're not even competitive anymore. This is good. This should be a blowout. I don't see any other way around it. Uh, Obviously Joe Flacco is not going to move the needle. And yeah, I'm going Green Bay. They're coming off a bye as well, aren't they?
I believe that's correct. Let me just confirm. I'm almost positive. Yes.
Right. So they're coming off the bye. You're always a little healthier off the bye. I expect a big game from Green Bay. I have 33-18, and Joe has 40-23. Both of us picking the Packers.
Love it. Love it. I'm going huge too. There's no chance the Bengals win this game that I see. And so I'm taking Green Bay and I'm taking them 35-12.
Just so you know, I have an alert here. We have all three of us picked every single game the exact same.
Oh, I didn't even think about it. Wow, that's crazy.
So far, every game's
Oh
been the
wait,
same.
no, because I picked the Jags and you guys picked the Seahawks.
Oh, you're right. Okay, great, perfect.
So we have one at least.
We have one. Okay.
Oh man. Wow. That's wild, especially after last week with all the craziness. So if we have another week like that, we're all going to plummet.
Yeah.
Oh man. All right. Well, moving on to another potential game of the week here. This should be fun. And that is, especially with the resurgent Chiefs offense, this could be a real barn burner, man. That is the Lions at the Chiefs.
Yeah, I think this is the game of the week.
Yeah.
And yeah, the Chiefs, the fact that it's in Kansas City makes it a little harder for me. And the fact that the Chiefs are playing better offensively, but they did just lose to Jacksonville. So, Detroit is playing so well since that first week. They've won, what, 4 in a row, 5 in a row? 4 in a row.
Yeah. 4 in a row.
And just playing really, really well. So, I'm picking a really close game. I'm picking Detroit, though, to get the win 30-28. And Joe is picking Detroit to win 31-27. Again, 1 point to within each other. It could go either way. Kansas City it would not surprise me in the least if Kansas City won the game, obviously. But I think Detroit's playing too well. Kansas City's been a little wishy-washy, a little bit up and down. Playing better now, playing better offensively. But Detroit is surging.
Yeah, man. No, Detroit looks awesome, and Kansas City looks good. You know, and listen, I'm always the one that says the end of the game is the end of the game, but take away that pick six Mahomes throws last week, and they win that game. So they looked really good. Other than that, but that did happen, so it is what it is. Now, all that being said, I just love what I'm seeing from the Lions. I'm going to take them even on the road. This could be one we all regret taking the road team on, but I'm still picking it, and I feel good about it. I'm taking them in the same ballpark as you guys, 33-28. But Kansas City's my upset pick because they are actually. Oh wait, shit, they're not. They're not an underdog. They are not my upset pick. I take it back. That's so funny. I looked right at it, did it anyway, and now I realize I can't. So I'm going to do what I should have done, what I was thinking about doing, and take the 49ers as my upset pick.
Okay. Yeah,
All right. Now we're back to this double Monday night thing, which you and I don't love, but here we are, and they're actually decent interesting games, not great games, but interesting games for sure this time.
Yep.
And the early one is the Bills at the what do we make of the Falcons? I don't know what to make of this team at all. They lost 30-0 to the Panthers and then looked awesome in their last game.
Yeah, I have no idea. No clue. Buffalo has got to be pretty angry.
Yeah.
I think they're going to play angry. And even on the road, I think Atlanta won't be able to handle them. I think this is a bounce back for Buffalo. And, they're one of the best teams in the league. They're going to show it again. The really good teams bounce back. I expect them to. I have 28-21 Buffalo. And, I'm thinking it might not even be quite that close. Joe has 27-20. Again, 1 point off of me.
Nice.
And I swear I didn't know his picks when I picked, and he didn't know mine when he picked.
I love it.
But I'm thinking it might even be bigger than that. But I'll stick with my pick, 28-21. But I think Buffalo makes a statement here and gets this win.
Yeah, listen, the Falcons are a mystifying team. Penix was having struggles early and then played awesome before their bye week. I don't know what's real. I know they have arguably the best running back in football, right there with a couple other guys, in Bijan Robinson, and he's going to be a big factor. But all that being said, I'm taking the Bills. I'm doing it a little closer than you guys just because they're the home team and they've been mystifying. But I'm going to do 28-24 Bills.
Yep. I see that.
All right, man. And now moving on to the last game of the week, the Chicago Bears at the Washington Commanders. Bears coming off their bye week. They looked pretty good the week before.
Yeah. Yep. And Washington getting Jaden Daniels back is a whole different animal.
No doubt.
Even though, he didn't run nearly as much last week, in his first game back. I don't know if maybe he's still a little bit banged up. Maybe he's not quite himself, but, he's pretty close to his normal self, I think. And, if that's the case and they're at home, I think I have to go with Washington. I don't feel great about it. I got to say that. It would not surprise me in the least if Chicago wins this game, and I would actually welcome that, being in the NFC East with Washington. So I'll be rooting for Chicago, but I can't expect it. So I have Washington winning 30-20, and Joe has 28-18.
Okay. Yeah, listen, this is a fascinating game because we are looking at the who should have been drafted number 1 overall game. Caleb Williams versus Jaden Daniels. And the clear answer so far has been Jaden Daniels. However, Caleb Williams has been stepping it up as this season goes on with his new coach and the new offense. I like what I've seen from them the last couple games. But I don't like him enough to pick him against a solid Commanders team with Jaden Daniels semi-healthy at least. And I'm going to pick it a close game, though, a little closer than you guys. I'm going to pick it Commanders 31-27.
31-27. Okay. Makes sense. Okay. Anything more to add for that game or no?
No, that's it for me.
Okay. I did want to mention, and I meant to mention it in the first pod, the week 5 review, and I forgot, and I was like, all right, I'll mention it in week 6, and I forgot again. Did you realize that the Cowboys were playing with 4 backups on the offensive line? They had 4 offensive line injuries.
Which makes their offensive output even more impressive.
Well, the thing is, though, I don't know what the status is. I mean, I really don't know what the status is of those guys against a better team than the Jets. It might really come into play. Although I don't know how much better, Carolina really is.
Yeah, yeah, agreed. It's they have not been hurt that much by it so far, which is very surprising. I mean, it certainly hasn't slowed down Javonte Williams or Dak Prescott,
Yeah, I mean, but 4 out of 5, that's bad.
Yeah, no doubt. No doubt. I mean, it's affected their defense, hasn't affected their offense.
Right. I just wanted to mention that. I just want to get
No,
that out
that's huge.
there.
It's impressive on their part that they're putting up the numbers they are with that happening.
Right. Well, I mean, that was the first week that all four were out. So it was against the Jets. Let's see how it plays out this week. I don't know if any of them are going to be back or not. But the Tyler Booker one, the rookie, that one really stings. And of course, Tyler Smith. I mean, he's probably the best guard in football, or one of them. So it's tough.
Yeah, that's no joke. Absolutely. Yeah, I wish the Eagles had caught him this week or that last week actually.
Yeah. Hopefully some of them will be back. I don't know for sure, but it doesn't change my pick at all. But I just want to throw it out there and make sure everybody is aware about those offensive line injuries.
No doubt. Good call.
All right. Well, we've done our preview for week 6. I feel pretty good about our picks to be a little better than last week, although I don't know. I don't know for sure if there will, because I kind of felt pretty good last week as well. We got to get back to our normal pick winning percentage anyway, or close to it.
I certainly would hope so, and I want to say I expect it, but I don't want to feel too confident after last week.
Yeah, I mean, there's just too many games that were like 50-50 last week, and every single one of them we went the wrong way.
I know, man. Absolutely unbelievable. And in games that, some of the way that the teams lost and therefore our picks lost were just amazingly shocking,
Right.
I mean, just astonishing. I love it. That's football, baby. That's what keeps it interesting and fun, because if we were all right all the time, none of us would be watching.
I'm sorry, you said 31-28 for the Washington game?
Let me double check real quick here. What did I have? 31-27. Close enough.
Okay. Cool. All right. Well, I think we're all set. I think that's going to do it.
Oh, I have one little fun story real quick, if you don't mind, Craig.
Go right ahead.
All right. I should have told you about this ahead of time, but I think you'll appreciate it, because any football fan will get a kick out of this. And it relates to people that know us, know that I am a big comedy guy. I have the comedy podcast with Joel that's on hiatus that you can check out on YouTube, Soul Joel TV, if you want to check it out. But I just want you to know that your partner is now famous, and I'll back it up with this story. So there's a comedian named Joe List, who is he has one of the biggest comedy podcasts in the world called Tuesdays with Stories. It's him and a guy named Mark Norman, two of the bigger comedians out there. I met Joel, my partner Soul Joel, at a Joe List show in August of 2020. That's how I met him, because I was listening to that podcast, and I found out he was doing a show in Royersford, Pennsylvania during the pandemic when nobody else was doing shows. And that's what led to me getting to know Joel and getting to know Joe a little bit over time. I get a look of semi-recognition and a handshake and a conversation after the shows when I see him. And I saw him at Soul Joel's about 3 weeks ago now. And we did what we always do. I said hi after the show. He said, great to see you, blah, blah, blah. We talked for a couple minutes, and I said goodbye. So then I get a text about a week later from a buddy of mine saying, hey, man, you got to listen to Tuesdays with Stories that came out this week. You were mentioned. And I was like, what? You got to be kidding me. So I check it out. And Joe List is telling the story about doing Soul Joel's. And he's like, yeah, man, Soul Joel's, I played it this week. It was awesome. I love that place. The crowds are hot. They have some of the best comedy fans in the world. Joel's awesome. And you always get to see Lou, who's a good friend of mine, a female Lou. He goes, you always get to see Lou and that guy that wears Eagles jerseys. So just so you know, I am now famous as the guy who wears Eagles jerseys, even though not famous enough to have him remember my name.
I love it. That is great.
I thought that was priceless. I thought you'd get a kick out of it. And the end of it is, I told Joel, the next time Joe List comes to town, I'm just going to drape my Eagles jersey over the chair and leave.
Yes, because you are that's you.
That's me. That is me.
Wow. That is a great story. That's fantastic.
Oh, thanks, man. I thought you'd get a kick out of that. I appreciate that.
Wow. What is it? What is the name of that podcast?
It's called Tuesdays with Stories. It's based on an old New York radio show called Tuesdays with Maury.
Right. I remember. Actually remember Tuesdays with Maury. That's cool. That's very, very cool.
That's awesome. I'm glad you liked it, man. I thought you'd get a kick out of that.
Absolutely. Yeah, no doubt. Oh, all right. By the way, our baseball teams.
Oh, dude. Tough week in Philly, man.
Tough weekend for the Yankees. Last night was great, but man, I don't know.
Yeah, man. Ugh. Yeah, the Phils, man, just took a crap. I mean, they, and then I don't blame the Phils for doing it, but what did you think of, and they're in the midst of that ninth inning comeback, and they try and bunt Castellanos over from second base, and he gets thrown out at third. Did you see that or hear
Yeah,
about it?
I saw that. Yeah.
I didn't really have a philosophical issue with it. It was just the execution that sucked.
Yeah, I agree. The Yankees just got absolutely blitzed over the weekend, giving up 11 runs and then 10 runs. Or was it 13? Whatever the hell it was. It was 23 runs in 2 days given up, and they got absolutely just blitzed both games. And then last night pulled one off. Rodon did typical Rodon in the playoffs, which was crap. But Aaron Judge bailed them out. Aaron Judge is batting for all the things that people say about Judge in the playoffs. He's batting .524 in the playoffs this year.
Yeah, they can't say it this year.
Yeah,
Not even close.
and then he hit that home run too.
Yeah, that was they did this big breakdown on ESPN of that, and it was pretty cool to see.
I mean, that pitch was so far inside. I don't know how he kept that fair.
Yeah. Now listen, he's one of the best hitters of all time. There's no doubt about it. I don't know how anybody can even attempt to argue that in any way.
Right, and he finally actually is doing it in the playoffs too. But obviously they're down 2-1 though. They have the immortal Cam Schlittler on the mound again.
Dude, can you give him another 12 Ks, right?
Yeah, 8 innings, 12 Ks, no runs, no walks. That would be pretty awesome. You can't expect that. Plus, Toronto's offense is too good because Vladimir Guerrero has turned into Babe Ruth or Barry Bonds or Ken Griffey Jr. or whatever you want to say. He has been unbelievable, Vladimir Guerrero.
No doubt. And it wasn't a banner season for him. I mean, he was good. No. He was very good, but it wasn't one of his best regular seasons. He's not even close. But he's been everything he wasn't in the regular season and then some.
Well, the thing is, he's always killed the Yankees. He hates the Yankees.
That's so funny, man. Yeah.
He doesn't like the Yankees at all. And so he always kills them, and he's obviously killing them now. If Schlittler can get us, keep him within 3 or 4 runs, I think we have a shot, but Judge has to continue. I mean, now maybe he isn't quite as tight anymore and can really be himself and carry us to another win or two here and get us going. But, Cam Schlittler's got to do, he can't go 2 innings, 8 runs.
No, man. He's, listen, I got to tell you, it looks like you guys got a massive stud for the future. And, maybe the beginning of his legend is this postseason. If he can have a great start tonight, it's,
that offense.
Yeah, exactly. So yeah, no, I think I like who's pitching for the Blue Jays? Do you know?
It's a bullpen game.
Oh, you're kidding me.
No.
Wow. So yeah, listen, I feel good about the Yankees prospects tonight, but I picked them to go to the World Series, so I'm not backing off it yet. But if they lose tonight, I will.
Yeah, obviously they're done. But the thing is, even if they win tonight, they got to go back to Toronto on Friday in that house of horrors that they can't win in.
Yeah.
And got completely destroyed in those first 2 games. But coming off, if they do win tonight, coming off 2 wins, might feel a little better going in on Friday. And plus, it'll be all hands on deck, I'm sure.
No doubt.
I think Fried might even start on Friday again because he didn't pitch long in the first game.
I was going to ask. That's kind of what I was thinking. Yeah, that's interesting. I would love that if I was a Yankee fan, because I don't think he's going to pitch that badly 2 games in a row. I can't imagine, even in that house of horrors, as you called it, which I love.
Yeah.
Yeah, the scary part for my Phils is, down 2-0, and you got freaking Aaron Nola on the mound, who every other year is a great thing. But do you know what his stats were this season, Craig? I'm going to tell you. Do you know how bad his season was? Just even if you don't know the exact numbers.
I know it was a bad season, but I don't know the numbers. I would say probably a high 4s ERA.
Okay, here you go. How about 5-10, 6.01 ERA?
Yeah. Oh my God. Okay. Yeah. He's actually been a little bit up and down in his career. Usually when he has a bit of a down year, he comes back and has a pretty good year, but it's never been that far down.
That's exactly right. The weirdest thing. Never mind. I'm not going to get off on a tangent where I don't know the answer. However, he is exactly every other year has been either in Cy Young contention, top 12 Cy Young contention, or his ERA is well above 4. But this year has been epic. He missed almost 2 months with an injury at one point, so that was part of it, but doesn't explain everything. And
is it an age thing at this point? Is he getting up? He's got to be getting up there.
he just signed a 5-year, $200 million contract in the offseason.
Oh, geez.
Yeah, this is like I was sweating anyway because of the ever thing. But let me just check his age. But I think he's early 30s, like 32, I want to say. Yeah, he's 32 years old, which is nothing for a pitcher anymore.
No.
I mean, you get to 35, you start thinking about it,
Right.
And let me just see the contract. Oh, my God. He signed a 7-year, $172 million contract on November 2023.
So he's a year and a half in.
Yep. And thinking like a maniac. Now, he can make up for all of that by pitching well tonight. And he did have an 8-inning shutout performance toward the end of the season. That is why he's even getting this start. So,
do you think it's a quick hook, though? Like, they're not going to give him much of a lead?
Definitely. It's got to be. I can't imagine it's not. I mean, he gets in any kind of trouble early, I think he's out of there for sure.
Yeah. Well, it'll be interesting. The baseball playoffs have been great and a lot of fun. And when my team is on, though, it is not fun because my stomach is in knots and I'm a nervous wreck and I look like a lunatic.
Yeah, you and me both, man. You and me both. We should GoPro our own living rooms and start a podcast of baseball lunacy or something. I love it. I'm right there with you, man.
I'm not even superstitious. Or, I don't, there's a lot of things like that kind of stuff I don't really believe in. But I am super superstitious when it comes to my team, where I was watching the game and I had to do something else and I turned it off and I just put the radio on and listened to it on the radio and they scored. So I was like, well, screw it. And I listened to the rest of the game on the radio.
I love it.
I didn't turn the TV back on. When the TV was on, they were down 6-1.
Oh man. And oh man, that's so awesome. I love it. And, I totally understand that 100%. I did that with the Eagles, the week they beat the Rams. When they had that big comeback,
yep.
I muted the announcers when they were down, like whatever, I think it was 26 to something. I muted it and they started this comeback. I listened to the whole rest of the game in silence.
Yeah, I mean, at least you could still see it. I was watching it. They were down 6-1. I was disgusted. I turned the radio on instead and was doing something else. And they scored 2 and made it 6-3. And I was like, well, screw this. And I kept listening on the radio the rest of the way. Never turned the game back on the TV at all. And they won. So now I got to do that again.
Yeah, right, man. Yeah. Back to the radio.
Radio tonight. I'm not turning the TV on for even a little bit. Radio tonight.
I love that, man. I totally get it and respect it.
Yep. Alrighty. Well, a little bit of a baseball update as well. Hopefully you guys enjoyed that. Enjoyed our week 6 preview show. As always, we'll be back next week. Be on the lookout for Al's selections on Perks Recap music reaction channels. Al has a couple of reactions lined up here. What are the two Brian May ones?
Oh, it's one Brian May. It's Brian May with Eddie Van Halen from his Starfleet project, I think it's called. It was a solo thing he did in right in the height of the Queen era in the early 80s. And it's Brian May and with Eddie Van Halen as the other guitar player. And then the other one is Frank Zappa and Steve Vai playing live.
Oh, yes. And I know all those guys. I've reacted to all four of those guitar players. They're all great, obviously. And I just recently did your first reaction, your first request, which was
Deep Purple Burn.
Yes, Deep Purple Burn. Yes, and that was fantastic. And that got quite a few comments. A lot of people were commenting on that one. And
yeah, I noticed that. That was cool to see the reaction like that. And because you never know when you throw something out there what people are going to dig. And Deep Purple, there's a lot of Deep Purple heads out there.
Yes. And right now, just put up a Joe Bonamassa song with Jimmy Hall on harmonica. Back to the harmonica. We had a little bit of a harmonica theme for a little while, and now some people have given me some more suggestions. And I do love the harmonica. It's great. But I mentioned, I think it was offline, but even if it wasn't, regardless, the bass line in this song called, something man. Shoot. I should know this. I'm sorry. Hold on one second. I want to make sure I get it right. I can't believe I forgot the name.
And while you're looking it up, man, I'll just tell anybody that likes guitar that isn't already a Joe Bonamassa fan, check him out because he's a beast.
He really is. He's one of my favorites. Absolutely one of my favorites. I think it's to the point now. I got to get out there and see him because he comes around. All right. The name of the song is Lookout Man.
Okay.
And it's from Now Serving Royalty, recorded during COVID in front of cardboard cutout audience members.
Oh, no way. It was one of those crazy shows. Wow.
Yes.
Oh, what a fascinating thing, man. Oh, I remember the cardboard cutouts like they did at the WWE, too.
Yep. Pay attention to the bass if you listen to that song. Even if you don't listen to my reaction, just go to the song Lookout Man. Check it out. It's from the Now Serving Royalty is the name of the live show. And Jimmy Hall is on harmonica with him. And the bass line, though, is crazy. Unfortunately, the bass player was Michael Rhodes, and he's since passed away. But this bass line, unbelievable. It grabbed me immediately, even more so than the harmonica, more so than even the guitar, which is saying something. It's so good. But anyway, I just reacted to that one, and I'm going to be getting to Al's other ones here shortly, and that's what's on deck for me from the music reactions. And, of course, I'll be doing a Yankees pod tomorrow, whether they win, lose, or draw tonight. Yankees pod tomorrow to react to games, to the last couple games. Hopefully to preview Game 5 on Friday.
Yeah, man. Good luck. Hopefully both of our teams are still alive in a couple days here.
Yeah, let's meet in the World Series.
That's what I'm talking about. That is what I'm talking about. Yes. That would be fun.
That would be a lot of fun. All right.